Time for harmonica. Let me go post our link over on the website. Website is mammothgardens.com, and on the front page is the weekly schedule. We meet Tuesday through Friday. We play some diatonic, we play some chromatic. From time to time I add in new sheet music. All the sheet music is set up for multiple instruments. So if you decide, hey, playing harmonica is fun, you can get together with your friends and play with them. Let's see here. Looks like it took right away, which is very exciting. I can close that window down. And I can close this window down. And we are ready to roll, I think. Let's make sure it goes to the right spot. Opens up to, should have the Mammoth Gardens logo on it. It does. And let's go put this on Twitter real quick. https:// or to mammothgardens.com. Patience. Okay, and we got to change out the photo. The blue-haired girl has seen better days, I think. Probably need to update her somehow. Let's grab the logo one here. All right, up and tweet. All right, so we have tweeted, and now we can close out Twitter. Vic is in. She says the sound is good. She's my sound engineer from beautiful downtown Eugene, Oregon, where you've been having surprisingly good weather. Always freaks me out when the weather isn't terrible in Eugene. All right. Got an email from Honer today, and it says, here's the concerts we have coming up. And I says, hey, what about mentioning our concert we do every single day? They don't know we exist. They have 1 billion harmonica in the world. They've made 1 billion of them, so they probably aren't really keeping up on everybody on YouTube. Let's see, particularly with the way we're doing things. So the live streams don't feed into the Google's algorithms the way that individual videos do, and so they're probably never going to find out about us. We'll keep it a secret. Let's see. Sandy made it in. 50 degrees. Really? Oh my gosh. Sandy, is springtime up in Michigan. Linda, I have acquiesced. I will be playing harmonica with the group for the first time. Linda, you guys should know, LG is from British Columbia. She has been with me through most of the, I think, early adopter of the pandemic ritual of showing up and trying to do something with music in order to not go bananas. And she has been with me through ukulele and guitar, and she's finally decided to take the bait. Right? So finally, Linda, you're finally getting around to the correct instrument. Yeah. So, all right. Well, since Linda's here, let's get things up and running. I've still got my stuff from last night's orchestra rehearsal up on the screen here, and it's still vibrating happily with the metronome. Let's turn that off for sure. This is harmonica. We don't need no stinking metronomes. All right. Grab your notes in the key, your diatonic scales. Diatonic notes in C is the name of the file. Your scales for the C harmonica, and let's get going. Robin is here. She's also from British Columbia. See, we're getting all of the Vancouverans one at a time. I think Robin's just a little east of Vancouver. Marcia's in. She's a local here, and we're delighted that you're all here. We're very excited. All right, so we have another week. St. Patrick's Day is on Thursday, right? So I just left the Irish Celtic Scottish sheet music up on the site. It's all good stuff. We'll play again this week, and then next week we'll switch over to something else. I want to play the C major scale and the A minor scale like we typically do. Remember, we're trying to become more advanced harmonica players. So the first time you play through the C major scale, play it tonguing. C tongue, D tongue, E tongue, F tongue, and so on. And then the second time, slur the whole thing. Da. Hey, Diane, welcome in. Diane's also from the area here. And then the same thing for A minor scale. Tongue it the first time through, and then slur it the second time through. And you just get comfortable doing both of those ideas. Okay, so from the top, C major scale, 2 times through, blow 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Again, the idea there is slur sometimes and not slur the other times. Those of you guys with chromatic harmonicas, let's grab those. I want to do a scale to get you. We've been sort of slacking on this chromatic scales, and I want to do better. So let me get mine up and running. My slide has been sticking a tiny bit. Chromatic scales. Let's grab that sheet. The last one we did was E major. I'd like to do F major. And I will point out there's one typo on here. So measure 7 of the Chromatic series, that's one with the button. And measure 7, the F major, the only things that happen on this are all the B's are flatted. And you'll see as you go all the way up to the top, you hit the 10, the minus 10, the 10 coming back down. Then you'll see minus 9. The next number says 9, and it should be an 8. Okay, so right before that, as you just hit the peak of the scale and you start descending, as it starts to descend, you see minus 10, then 10, minus 9. The next one should be 8 and not a blow 9. The same note comes out, it's perfectly fine to hit a 9, but to make the scale correct, you really need to, you can't skip a hole. And so that should be an 8 right there. So it's a secretarial issue, but I want it to be correct for you guys. And I will repost this sheet as soon as I have a chance to fix it. Okay, so there's that. Let's see, what's going on over here? Let's see. Harmonica is a way to take along. Yeah, it's easy to take along, right? Heck yeah, right? You can play that anywhere. Neither of us actually. Oh, neither of you live in Vancouver? I knew you didn't, Robin. Linda, you've been funning me. Let's see. Marianne made it in. Good morning. It's spring in Perk. I know we've been having such beautiful weather this week in Denver after what amount? Well, the Sandy's laughing at us, but we had about 3 weeks in a row that were cold. We were all sort of sad here. Beautiful park between me and Vancouver. Oh, okay. So she said, here's Vancouver, here's a park, here's me. That seems to make sense. Okay, that makes sense. From the top, from measure 7, just one time through on the chromatic. So we want first shot, best shot, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. There's the note I'm looking for. From the top, major 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Nice. Sandy's laughing at us. Yeah, cold in Denver. Let me tell you about cold. They have minus 33. We hit minus 3 and we were all, well, I don't know if we can live here anymore. Yeah, Denverites are pretty, Coloradans in general, we're pretty weak when it comes to the winter. Let's see. It's minus 33 with the sunshine. That's just rude. That's what that is. All right, back to your diatonics. I should go ahead and get this chromatic sheet cleaned up. It's got too many things on there to be talking about every time. All right. Today is Tuesday. We play Ode to Joy. So grab Ode to Joy, please. Dun, dun, dun. All right. And guys, remember, we're not getting together on Mondays, but you're still playing harmonica on Mondays, right? You're coming in, playing Kumbaya, playing a couple of your favorites. You know, don't let my absence be your sadness. All right, so reason for celebration usually. All right, Ode to Joy, 2 times through, below 5, not too fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. Isn't that fun? I love playing that. Okay, next up, let's say black is the color of my true love's hair for another day and go straight to Morning Has Broken. It will be our next tune. Morning Has Broken. Two times through on this one, and I don't think I have much else to tell you about it. This one stays in the playable harmonica range, right? Mostly 4s, 5s, 6s. We do have a couple of 8s that sneak in there. Otherwise, we would think about putting this up on to our daily rotation, right? This is a pretty neat little song. From the top, 3-beat count in, below 4, 2 times through. 1, 2, 3. That's a 3. That's a really bad note to start off on. From the top, 1, 2, 3. Drum. All right, since Linda's not doing our strumming anymore, so she was killing it with the guitar. She's like, yeah, I got guitar, no problem. All right. How are we doing on time? Let's do Wildwood Flower next, and we'll save the chords for tomorrow, right? So go grab Wildwood Flower, please. And this one's 5 times through. That's too many, don't you think? Let's do less than that. Let's see. Minus 33. Is that Tinkerbell doing the can behind you? And you know, actually, it's an old French magazine. It was a photo of an old French magazine that years ago when we bought our house here in Denver, we had this one big wall. We needed something gigantic to put on there. So we had her made. And she's just one of these can girls. It's not Tinkerbell. And she's smoking cigarettes, and it says frou frou is up on is the words that are written up on the top. The problem is her face. Can you see her face? Yeah, her face looks a little green. And so I think she might be smoking something other than tobacco, and so it's actually a pretty cool little piece of artwork. It's supposed to be hanging out in our main area, but we're having our house remodeled, and really I'm in this little corner. Like, it looks like, from what you can see, like I'm just sitting in the corner playing music. What I'm really doing is sitting around. There are boxes and things everywhere, plants that we're trying to just barely keep alive during this whole process. The blinds to the main room are sitting over here on the bed. The whole place is a disaster. And this is not even the worst of it. So yeah, so that's not Tinkerbell, but I'm going to call her Tinkerbell from now on. Robin says she tries to play every day. That's a big deal, guys. One of the nice things about this instrument is it will cooperate with you in terms of if you'll just stay focused, it will come around for you where you're actually playing pretty well. I know that when I first started teaching these classes 260 some episodes ago, my tone was pretty iffy. It's definitely come a long way. Still got, I believe, more to go. But the nice part is after you've been playing 3-4 months, really, it's you will see a noticeable improvement in your tone and your confidence, and the way you approach the music will be so much better. And so try as much as you can to get in 30 minutes a day on it, and honestly, I think it'll pay you back. And Marianne says, "Ode to Joy is one piece being played worldwide in support of Ukraine." Really? Who knew, right? I accidentally ended up with a piano book full of kids' songs written by Ukrainian composers. I'm thinking about typing that up real quick as a ukulele experience. So we'll see if they're any good. I haven't actually played through them. Somebody just gave me the book, and I was like, maybe I can make something out of this. All right, isn't that terrible what's going on over there? Absolutely mind-blowing. Wildwood Flower, 2 times through. Let's do it 3 times through since it's only 8 measures. 3 times through, and each time work on a different thing. The first time through, work on tonguing everything. The second time through, work on slurring everything. And the third time through, work on any time where there's a draw, trying to bend that note. Remember to tighten your embouchure and then release it just a little bit. So it's wah, wah, meow, meow. When you see any of the draws in 3, 4, or 5, you'll start to get a little bit of a wah sound to it. And that's when, once you start being able to do that a little bit, your tone goes way up. It gets much better because now you're doing some sort of, it's almost like you're vocalizing. Okay, so 3 times through, tongue, no tongue, and bends. See if you can get any of those done. You'll give me a report afterwards how it went. From the top, 3-beat count in, blow 5. 3 times through. 1, 2, 3. Marianne says, do them. Do those Ukrainian folk tunes. Yeah, like I say, it's a book of kids' piano music, and it's all Ukrainian composers in there, and somebody just gave it to me, and I was like, maybe I ought to look into this. Maybe this could be a thing. I would love for that to just be over and done with, but this doesn't seem to be the way it's going, does it? Sort of not good over there. All right, so anyway, let me know. Generally speaking, we like to learn technique on this one and then see if it'll apply over to the chromatic. And so the three techniques that I think you want to work on is one, making solid decisions about when you tongue versus when you slur. And there, sometimes the music is cooperative, sometimes it's not. There are plenty of places where you could go either way. I'd say try to tend toward tonguing more often than not, probably, because it helps just keep your notes nice and clean and clear. And then bending, right? And that's that meow sound that you get. Diatonic's where you learn that, and then when you get to your chromatic, it's a little harder to bend on a chromatic, but the idea still applies, that there's a little bit of a pressure change as you're drawing to get the sort of a mia feel out of it. And I think what you guys know I read a ton of harmonica books when we first started this, and they were all fairly consistent. Like, do you have to bend notes? No. Should you bend notes? Yeah. Why? Because your overall tone will get a lot more sophisticated, and so let's do it. Let's do it that way. Hey, we didn't get to play "Water Is Wide" last Friday. I think with that one, and I'm trying to remember which other ones. We missed a few of the other ones. So let's grab chromatics and go to "Water Is Wide," and see how we do on that one. Let's see. Too fast for me to meow, right? Yeah, good point, right, Diane? So if I'm on, like, "Water Is Wide" is another song that you could do on diatonic. But think about slowing it down, and I always started my meows when I was learning how to do it on hole number 4. And I want to make the inside muscles really tight and then just let them loose. Meow, and do it really slow and just go up, maybe start at number 1. And they get harder and harder as they go up. 8, 9, and 10, I'm not even positive I can do it all. I can't really do it, but I could kind of fake it a little bit, right? Where you get a little bit of a variation in tone. And once you get it, then you'll be like, okay, I see how my mouth has to do that. And then, for me, the challenge was, once I learned how to do it, then the challenge was learning how to control it, because I wanted to do it all the time, and I get all these crazy wacko notes out of my harmonica that didn't belong there. And so there's that process, too, right? Once you get it, then you have to get where you can control it. And so I think I'm basically there. I know you can also, on the diatonics, you can down bend the upper notes. That's something I've been kind of messing with it. I see the point, but I haven't been able to control it at all, so I don't really work on it. Certainly not with you guys anyway. All right, "Water Is Wide." 4-beat count in, 1-beat rest, and then we go. You can play it on your diatonic or your chromatic. Much easier on chromatic, probably, but with chromatic, you're moving a lot more horizontally, right? With diatonic, the challenge is, you're going to end up on those high notes, and learning to control those is a worthy goal, and you will very quickly. That's the nice part about playing on a regular basis. And then also on "Water Is Wide," remember we have 5-beat notes. The water is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a dum dum. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. So you want to be paying attention to the standard notation up there as you do your notes, because they're very likely on those big old gigantic long notes that are all through this whole piece. There's a good chance you'll come in early if you're not counting in your noggin. So it's 3, 4, 4, minus 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 5, minus 5, 4, minus 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, rest. And that's what's going on in your head, right? Or you're reading the lyrics, the water is wide, 2, 3, 4, 1, and so on. But just be thinking about counting as you go. As music gets more and more complicated, we're going to end up doing more and more counting. It's not my favorite thing in music. I think sometimes it ends up getting in the way of your expressiveness, but I don't think on long notes that's true. I think on a long note you really, really need to count it, because you will come in early. All right, let's see if I don't come in early, okay? 4-beat count in, 1-beat rest, below 3 or below 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. I always wonder on those big long ending notes whether you should do something fancy at the end, but on that song probably not. But I always like to go, and stick something stupid on the end, or. But that song doesn't feel like it wants it. That song feels like just let the last note kind of die out a little bit. And what you're usually counting on there is somebody in your band. A lot of you guys have bands. Having the drummer, the piano player, the guitarist, the ukulele player, the bassoon player, whoever it is, kind of finishing things out and with a little bit of harmony through there. If you haven't taken time to read the lyrics on that one, this is a very funny song. It's not meant to be, but it is funny. All right, and let's see. Shoot, we're already over time. How did that happen? Did I talk a lot today? Let's play Scarborough Fair. I know we played it to wrap up last week, but it's short enough where we can squish it in real quick. Scarborough Fair, please. I talk too much, huh? All right, let's do it 2 times through. This is definitely a chromatic song. How do you know if it's a chromatic song? If anywhere else in the song on the standard notation you see a sharp or a flat, then it's automatically a chromatic song. Now, if there's sharps and flats at the beginning of the line, like in this case there aren't any, but sometimes you'll be in different keys. Danny Boy, for example, is in a different key, and that means that there's sharps and flats throughout the whole thing. That in and of itself doesn't necessarily make it a chromatic piece of music, but when you look through the piece of music, if anywhere inside of the body of the piece of music you see a sharp or a flat, then you magically know that you're going to have to do that on chromatic. Okay, and not to put too fine of a point on it, it is theoretically possible to do sharps and flats on a diatonic, but it requires a great deal of control over your bending of notes, and probably well beyond the scope of what we'll work on around here. All right, Scarborough Fair, 2 times through, draw 3. 3-beat count in. 1, 2, 3. I don't think I held my last note long enough. The -3. It's supposed to be 6 beats with the second time through, and I think I shorted it a little bit. And there's -7 to wrap it up. How about that? That's a good day. That gets us back into it. Hopefully you opened up your lungs a little bit, made you feel good about yourself. Think of it as going for a few laps in the pool just to get your lungs opened up and your body stronger. All right, so this week we've got the same music as last week. Next week, tomorrow, we'll do Black is the Color of My True Love's Hair. Pretty challenging piece. And My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean with the chords on it. And then we'll also do Parting Glass, Minstrel Boy tomorrow, probably for sure. Maybe Last Rose of Summer if we can squish it in. So Yeah, that's what I know about harmonica for today. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Good to see all of you guys here. Linda, thanks for buying a harmonica. Very exciting. You sang that song in 6th grade choir. Wonderful, right? It's a pretty popular choral piece. In fact, that's the only place I'd ever heard it was choral until we started doing. I think a few years back, one of our members arranged it as part of a Christmas song on ukulele for the ukulele orchestra. But I always liked it. Read through the lyrics on "Water Is Wide." The other cute one in Scarborough Fair. I didn't put it on your version, but there's some alternative lyrics out there where the girl is fighting back against the boy for her love. It's actually rather entertaining, so might look into that a little bit. Google it and find out. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. I've been crediting Linda and Linda and Robin with being Vancouverites, and they're not at all. They've been posing with us guys, so we'll have to. I'm going to pick some really random small town near Vancouver and start saying they're from there. Whistler, isn't that up there? I think we actually have one person who joins the ukulele group from Whistler, so there we go. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you, Marianne. Thank you, Linda, Robin, Vic, Diane. Who did I miss? I missed somebody. Marcia and Sandy are here today. I think that's everybody. Have a great day, guys. See you soon. Peace.